All right, so um, I'm gonna be on here for a little bit. 12:21 a.m. Don't know who's up, but hopefully I'll leave these things archived so I can make it available to those of you. Big up your whole self, Insta family, my YouTube family, my Facebook family. Um, Good night or good morning to all of you. All right. I had a thought this morning that I wanted to share. Just coming on to share some value to connect with you guys. And I was thinking how, where most people build their success from. Napoleon Hill said that the starting point of all achievement is desire, right? Desire. I shot a post out on my Instagram today about taking yourself serious and your vision, showing respect for your personal vision, showing respect for your future, and showing up for you. A lot of us show up for everybody else. Somebody asks you to work on something, you show up for them. Somebody asks you to do something, you get there and you do it. Hey, Eddie, good morning. You know, but sometimes we don't show up for ourselves. And I found that when it came to building anybody else's vision, I would bring the best, be on time, research, put my best energies. And then when it came to my vision, I wasn't bringing the same level of commitment and energy and stuff. And I said, I got to change that. To build anybody else's project, I call it best of the minds together to work on this thing. And to build your own vision, you try to do it on your own. You're not calling teams together and bringing it together and say, let me figure out. Because you don't have to do life on your own. All right? Morning, Andre. You don't have to do life on your own. The same way if we want to do some other project or business and we bring the best of the minds to the boardroom, we don't do that with our lives. Well, at least I didn't do it, and I had to make a change. But what I really want to share with you guys tonight is in the beginning, when a lot of people reach for success, it usually comes from a place of pain. When you're starting off, most big stories, do your research and read. Most big stories start from pain. Not everybody comes from principle. What do I mean? In the beginning, if you don't have a coach, you don't have a mentor, you don't have somebody who is leading you, you don't read, you don't know the principles or the laws of success, what usually gets you off your butt, or what usually gets you working, or what usually gets you ticking, is that your life ends up in a place where you're in a rock and a hard place. Life back you up into a corner. Life puts you at a place where you don't have any other options but up. Now, sometimes this situation breaks people up. Not everybody bounce back from it. It could be like me, I went through a broken engagement. It could be loss of a loved one. It could be losing your job. It could be broken relationship. It could be a divorce. Something very painful, because we have two forces that get people to move forward. Either something is pushing you from behind, or something is pulling you from before you or in front of you, right? Something from beyond you is pulling you, or something from behind you is pushing. So when people move forward, it's either something they're running from or something they're running to. But I have learned that pain is where some people say, you know what happened? That's it. I'll go and get this thing done. The shame gets to a certain point and you say, I don't want to be embarrassed like this anymore. I don't want to feel like this anymore. You just make a decision and you say, I'm going to change my life. So sometimes pain may not necessarily feel good, but I believe God designed pain to give us a message. Think of the body. You start to feel a pain in the stomach. Your body communicating something. All right. Think of your head. You start to get a headache. Your body's communicating something. You know, your hand goes in fire. You feel pain. You better thank God that you felt that pain. Because that pain say, move your hand now. Your fingers are burning. Right. So that pain is an indicator. It's communicating something. What if you were being abused and you did not feel pain? You would not know how to get out and respond, run for your life. So pain don't feel good, but pain saying something. And I hope you receive the message. It don't feel good, but pain is saying something. If you are in pain right now, what is the message? One of the most powerful things I learned in a broken engagement, somebody told me, hey Kim and Lee, you know what somebody told me? When you are under pressure, you're going through a tough place in life, don't close your eyes and bawl out to God. God already knows. They told me, open your eyes and see who's around you. That's one of the best counsels I got. Open your eyes to see who is there for you. So in a time of pain is actually a good place to see who are the people who I can really depend on. Because if somebody cannot pick up that you are in pain and that you are broken and that pain helps you to discover who are the real folk in your life. Not the fake folk, the real folk. So that's a good thing. So pain helps you to respond to something that might be unaligned or dysfunctional in your life. Pain also helps to reveal the people of character or the people with good virtue around you while you're going through pain. All right? Pain also deepens your character because a lot of times when you go through some testing times, David said, it was good for me that I was afflicted that I may what? Learn. So something is deepening in your pain. Don't think that pain is there to just break you. Every wilderness is there to prepare you for a promised land because there's something that you need to correct before you go to a place of harvest and increase and multiplication and blessing. Don't feel that all increase will do you well. There's some people who, when they made too much money for their character to handle, it destroyed their life. There's such a thing as too much money. If you give somebody more money than their character can handle, they will destroy their life. They will go into access to things that they shouldn't access. They can hang with people probably that they shouldn't have hang with. They can afford things that probably they shouldn't buy. And it puts them in a different category. And a lot of times you see somebody end up in a hotel room committing suicide with a lot of money, but the money was beyond their character. So you don't want to be blessed with a harvest when you haven't been tested with your wilderness, because the wilderness is what prepares your character for your promised land. So don't underestimate pain. Pain is like a professor. Pain reveals who's around you. Pain gets people to move. I think I heard the story by Les Brown. It says he's walking through this community or this village and he sees a dog howling. Dog howling in pain, howling. So he looked over the fence and he says, "Sir, what's wrong with your dog? Is everything right?" He says, "Yeah. He's sitting on a nail." See, he's sitting on a nail. He says, so why doesn't he get up and free himself from that pain? Or why don't you take him up? And the old man on his rocking chair says, probably it's not paining him enough. So here's the problem with some of us. You like that dog sitting down in pain, but you would not move from what pains you. And a lot of times it's like relationships. Why would you go through pain and not get something out of it? Some of you are going through pain just because of poor decisions. If you're going to go through the pain of labor, get a baby out of it. If you're going to go through the pain of process, get a profit out of it. Don't go through pain just for going through pain's sake. Pain has a purpose. So some of you are going through pain, but you're like that dog sitting on the nail. When the truth is, the action that you need to do is to get up. Say, well, Luke, how do I know? Well, if this relationship is breaking you down consistently, get off the nail. If this friendship is causing you more pain than good, get out the friendship. Well, how long are you going to sit there? Let me tell you the danger of sitting in something painful for too long. The pain starts from the outside in. But if you sit long, the pain will go from the inside out. That means you sat in pain so long that anybody who come around you will feel the pain that you are in. That means you start becoming an extension of your pain. There's a story with Naomi. Her name is Grace, but she's going through pain. So Naomi said, no longer call me Naomi. Call me Mara. What does Mara mean? Bitter. So the pain went from outside to inside of her. So now anybody interact with her, they have to feel her hurt. So hurt people will hurt people. You stay in the pain too long. It's almost an osmosis of pain. The pain moves from outside to inside. You're living in it now. So in the earlies, when you don't know the principal way to live, pain could be a platform for you to start to strive towards success. But then watch this. When you learn how to live principle-based, unless it's something, something that you couldn't prevent, unless it's death sudden, unless it's an accident or an incident, you would not be able to use pain to grow for the rest of your life. You have to use principle. In the earlies, because you don't know what to do with your life, in the earlies, because you don't know how to live, how to conduct yourself, because you don't know that, you end up in pain. Outside of some situations that are sensitive that you couldn't calculate, you end up in pain. So when you use that pain as a platform, you get to a place now where your life is probably in a certain momentum, things are happening for you. But usually when you start to live a principled life, you don't end up in so much of what I would say regularity of painful situations. So you have to learn how to grow from principles. And that is, you have to create the pain of discipline. So you have to move from the pain of the regrets to learning how to work from the pain of discipline. And that's by setting bigger goals. When you set a bigger goal for yourself, you have to work differently towards it. So now you're going to experience pain to develop the work ethic for that goal, because that goal is much bigger than what you used to run after. This goal is big. So now you have to develop the pain of discipline. For example, okay, let's say one person is going to the gym because the doctor said, if you don't change your habits, you will die. That is pain of regret they could suffer. But let's say somebody did not get that report from the doctor, but they go in the goal because there's a body, a type that they want to develop. They will suffer from the pain of discipline to get there, because they are not fearful of the fact that if they don't change, they will die. Their change has to deal with growth. So they will go through the pain of discipline to get there, where the person who is facing death, they don't want to suffer from that pain of regret. So they're going to be changing from a place of pain of, if I don't change, I die. But the other person, once they get stronger, they have to go from the pain of discipline, like getting up every morning. Why? Because no longer is it a push force from behind me, it is a pull force from before me. So if you are not experiencing a pain of discipline, that means you are limiting your life from suffering from a pain of regret. Every goal, if you're a goal digger, a GOAL digger, if you're running after your goals, you should be experiencing some type of pain. And that is the pain of discipline. If you're getting up late, try and get up earlier, or 1.5 earlier, and you will experience some good pain. Yes, you must experience. If you're not experiencing resistance, you're not growing. Eh? If you're at a place where things are nice, probably you are regressing and you don't know it. Anytime you're growing, you're going uphill. I've never seen somebody grow rolling down a hill or get to a place of income and say, I don't really know how I got here. Anytime you have to go further or higher, it will be a sense of resistance. It wouldn't be you're just rolling around and you end up a millionaire. No, there's going to be a resistance. The kite never increases in altitude unless it is resisted by the wind. So for you to increase in altitude in any area of your life, you're going to have to face some resistance. So where do you get that pain of discipline? Coaches and mentors will put you under that pain by giving you instructions that, boy, this thing is big instructions. All right? Think about it. You ever did the numbers? How to make $1 million a year. How to make $1 million a year income. How much do you have to make per month to make $1 million a year? $83,333.33 per month. You want to make $1 million a year. You divide it by 12, right? You got to make $83,333.33 per month to earn $1 million a year. Now, if you have a coach and the coach say, all right, we have to start to develop your income as $83,333.33 per month. Whatever you are earning now, if it is far from $83,333.33, he has just created a pain for you, because now you will have to discipline or do some new things to get to that monthly income. So goals is what create the pain of discipline. When you don't have any goals, you're not suffering from pain because you're not going uphill to hit anything that you haven't hit before. When you decide that you want to lose weight, you want to change your body, you have just created the pain because discipline is going to be needed. Think about it. So in this quarantine, COVID, did you feel pain? If you didn't feel pain, that means you were staying home, which is good. What did you stay home and do? What did you stay home and do? I have here, I don't know if Miss Anna, I wonder if Anna is on. Anna Charles. Anna, are you here? Anna Charles? Is Anna on Instagram? I have YouTube running here and I have Facebook. Is Anna on? I think Lisa is on or Anna. I wonder if any of them is on. Okay. Look, I have, well, Miss Stutz, you might want to go live with me now. What you doing up at 12:41, Miss Stutz? You're going through some type of pain. You are going through the pain of writing right now. I know that for sure. I'm going to give them the example of some of the fruits of when you choose to go through the pain of discipline. You asking me if I sleep? I just saw your message. Miss Stutz, I want to. Where's Anna? Anna's probably sleeping. Somebody message Anna for me. I want to show you all the fruit of going through the pain of discipline, how it can lead to prosperity. Anyways, Anna's not there, but this is a young lady. Let's start in the bed. This is a young lady. Watch this. One day I sat down, the Lord says, Luke, or Anna's coming. Luke, you've gone through a lot. You have received a lot from mentors. Why are you hoarding all the things that has been shared with you? A lot of boys haven't had good fathers and stuff. You must share what your father shared with you. I say, all right. All right. Every Monday morning, I'm going to do devotions on Facebook. All right. And we bring back growth guys and stuff. Right? We're just wrapping up our 5 world secrets. So I say, all right, I'm going to get up Monday morning. You all know how Monday morning is, right? Monday morning is not a morning everybody will jump up. Hey, no, Monday morning is Monday morning, right? So it's almost like when I put this goal, it's like I set up some pain for myself because, hey, Anna, request to come on live, right? It's like I set up some pain for myself because I had to get up Monday morning, 7 o'clock, to do a devotion. Everybody else in their bed, I had to get up now. I say I want to do this thing, but why Instagram, yeah. Requested from me, Anna, you come on. I say, why especially after you preach 2 services, you're right, on a Sunday. I say, boy, some mornings I just want to sleep in the bed and I get up for this devotion. So my goals create pain for me. 3 years and running. Sometimes the only thing that woke me up in the bed, I think about the people that say they'll be disappointed, Luke. You say you're going to do this and you ain't doing it, right? So I'm going to get up and go and do it then. So while I'm going through this pain, I don't know. I just thinking, all right, I share a devotion. I don't know, people might be touched. People might receive something of value. I am doing it to obey God, right? So I'm doing it. And then one day, I met this young lady, Anna Charles, right? I'm going to bring her on here so y'all can see. If you're on YouTube or Facebook, you won't see. I wonder if I could turn my phone so you can see.
Hello?
Hey, what's up? I can't see you. It says connecting, but I think everybody can hear you. I think.
Okay.
All right, so I'm doing this devotion. And then I don't know how it happened, but I met this young lady, Anna Charles, and she offered to help me. I had an idea, and I said, these devotions that I did, they're archived. Some people may have never heard about it, but I always had a desire to write a book. So I said, this young lady said she will help me, and I said, Anna, oops, she jumped off. I said, Anna, will you help me do something? And she said, yes, sure, sir, I will help you. So I created a pain for her because I said, I'm going to hire you now to take these devotions and start translating them, put them on paper. Right? So I gave her a goal and I created pain for her. But me getting up every Monday morning was a pain for me. Now, this young lady, when I met her, beautiful young lady, good talent, I know her family and stuff. And I saw some potential in her. I said, all right. That's the only reason I asked her to do it. I hardly ask people to do things in areas they will not grow. If you're a leader and somebody's going to offer you help, always take help in the area of their gifting, because then the value is not mutual exchange. I cannot help you to grow outside of your calling and your purpose. You must be in line with your calling and your purpose for my leadership to take you to the next level. So, did Anna fall off again? Anna, are you there? No. Instagram is playing up with me, right? No, they don't want me to search. Boom. Right? So I know you keep getting cut off, no problem. So I now created a pain for her by asking her now to get up every Monday whenever she did it and go through my live and listen to every word and write everything down. So I gave her a goal. I created a pain of discipline for her. While I'm struggling with the pain of discipline to get up every Monday, to prepare, to make sure that I can present, she's going through the pain. Right now, I've been doing some coaching with her. She presents, she speaks, she's in business. I sat back and listened to this young lady present and speak the other day, because remember this, whenever you decide to serve and help, you will place a demand on the anointing or the gifting of somebody who you serve. So while she's helping me with writing, I'm coaching and helping her with communication and speaking. I am telling you this as a communicator. I heard her share the other day, and I was blown away. So now she's struggling with the pain of discipline to write. But an area of her life starts soaring now in communication because she is writing what I am saying, and there's a transfer. Now, all pain will end in prosperity if it's the pain of discipline. She doesn't know that, but she's interacting with my mind. She's interacting with my mind, interacting with my mind, interacting with my mind through the writings. And because she's translating it, I'm sure she doesn't even understand this. But I read into what was happening. She was getting accustomed to listening to me by writing out all my words. And then her communication, I was blown away. I taught her one thing the other day, and I said, I want you to tweak this in your communication. And when she did it, she caught me off guard. I started to cry. I literally started to cry. So now my pain of getting up ended up, we have about 4 to 6 devotionals done. So the pain ended up in prosperity. But for her, her pain of going to write has made her into a communicator of, I don't just put a feather in anybody's cap like, all right. Yeah. I sat back and I said, oh, she's gonna be dangerous. I told her mother, I said she's going to be dangerous. So here's the point I'm saying to you, and Anna, I don't know if you realize what was happening with you. Did you ever see it like that?
Honestly, the day you asked me to write those books, well, just basically transcribe what you said, I saw it as an absolute blessing. I did not see it as something for me to get something back in return, but I told myself that day that if I can't get you to personally mentor me, I'm gonna take this as personal mentorship. I would say you were gonna explode. And yes, Mom and I were talking that same night you asked me, and Mom was like, "This is the beginning of something big," And she just reminded me to remain grateful for that, because now I'm listening to you teach simple things that everybody should know, that I should apply in my life, and not only am I writing it out or whatever, but I'm becoming it while I'm typing this out, you know. And to me, that was the greatest mentorship I could have for.
So now watch this. When I started off, the Lord never told me to write books. Now I always wanted it, but I didn't know how it was going to happen. So He challenged me to take up the pain of discipline. But watch this. When you don't choose the pain of discipline, you'll suffer from the pain of regret.
Right.
You don't want to be coulda, shoulda, woulda. You know, look how many years I really should have done this. Some of you, watch this. Les Brown said this. Don't you get to the end of your life and you're lying on a bed and your dreams and goals surround you on that bed saying, why? Why didn't you not give us the opportunity to live? You had the power for us to live, but you let us die, and now we must die with you. Dr. Miles Monroe said the wealthiest place in the world, it's not the oil fields, it's not the diamond mines, it's not the gold mines. The wealthiest place in the world is where? The graveyard. Because people die with all their potential and dreams inside of them because they fail to take up the pain of discipline.
That's right.
Who do I learn from? When I look at Christ, you have all this power in the world, but He came to take up the cross. With that instruction, take up your cross, you know what? That instruction means take up the pain of what it requires to accomplish your purpose. Take up your cross means take up the pain of discipline of what it will require for you to walk this earth fulfilling your God-given potential. And many people, and I will tell you this, many people are not having the type of power and influence in the earth because they want the crown without the cross.
That's right.
The crown is a glory, but that you don't want a crown without a cross. I see too many people. For example, the phrase GOAT, greatest of all time. I would never call myself a GOAT. Greatest of all time? People fool around more with the titles than with the price it pays to be called that. You're now getting into something you're calling yourself a GOAT of all time. There are people who've paid the price for hundreds of years for things to be broken through. Now, if you want to talk greatest of all time, you want to talk? Go choose the prison for a lifetime for people to be free. Don't call yourself a GOAT when you haven't gone through any pain for people to be free. What have you gone through? Show me your scars and I will show you your power. Right? Right? People want to call themselves GOAT and I am this, and I don't even mess around with icon. Look, these folks died. These folks died to make their point. This dude said, if a man does not know what he will die for, then that life is not worth living. Let's be serious. They chose their pain. That's why they're alive. It's 2 times a man dies. When he dies, and the last time his name is ever mentioned. Some people will never suffer the second death because we keep talking about them. They cannot die. And the most people who we can't stop talking about them are those who chose their pain. Hey, you want to talk about pain? Oh, we haven't started yet. I live amongst them. Every day I come to work, they speak to me through the eyes of their pain. Oh, they had prosperity. Oh, they had power. Oh, they had joy. But what defines them are their scars. This. Right? Study the greats. If you study the greats, their power came from what they went through. Right? So what I want to share with you, if you are at a place where you don't know the laws and principles, or you're going to suffer a serious different type of pain. But that pain is your platform to get to living principle. Now the pain that you must choose is the ones your goals create in you. Move into the pain of discipline. I said, boy, if I had to make $1 million this year, I had to get up to 83,000. How am I going to do that? So now when you watch your salary for $5,000 a month, you know, that's pain, Anna. Because your goal saying 83, your salary saying 5,000. How do I increase this thing? By $78,000 a month. So guess what started happening? Because of that pain, you start creating and innovating. I have to do something else. You sitting down and work frustrated. Why? All the time you're comfortable. But once you set your goal, you cannot sit down here all day, 40 hours a week, 5,000 a month or 10,000 a month. Your goal is to hit $1 million. You had to average 83,000 a month. Are you comfortable? No, you are in pain. That's why I'm up right now. I am up at 1 a.m. because my goals are too big to sleep 9 hours a night. What are you doing sleeping? The goals is what create the pain. My wife is working in there. I am working in here. Right? She says, oh, I says, where are you going? I said, I got a lie. She said, no. I said, yeah. She said, wow, she said, the hustle is real. I said, yes, it is. These goals are big. I'm doing this intentionally. You think I came here because I don't have anything else to do? Somebody life needs to shift right now. So when Christ came, I'll use this example again, Anna. When Christ came, if all he did is he came and he performed miracles, we won't be free. If he just came and healed the sick, won't be free. Make the lame to walk, won't be free. Make the blind to see, won't be free. Fed a multitude, won't be free. What allows, remember I taught you this principle. By his stripes, we are what? Healed. You want to impact lives? You got to get some stripes. Let me show you all this. Watch. This Instagram always flips my thing if I don't do it. So you're going to see it differently, right? This is my Christ. Right? Crown of thorns. Pierced to the side. Hands and feet. Nails. I'm going to show you 3 categories of pain you will go through. Pain to the side is pain from relationships. When God created Adam, right? All right, Adam, dust. Adam was created from the dust, but woman was not created from the dust. Where did he go? He took what? A rib, right?
Yep.
So when God created covenant relationship in the garden, he took it from a man's side. Whenever you feel pain from here, every great leader will have to go through serious pain from the side, and that is deep relational pain. Do not think it is there to break you, it is there to build you. This is the making of a king. You must suffer disloyalty, rebellion, betrayal.
Sheesh.
If you're not ready for that, do not ask God for the crown. All this happens before the crown, and all this happens before the crown. This is a crown of thorns. This is not the shiny one. This one is thorns. I'll get to that just now. This one hurts. That one bleeds. I'm talking about this. This right here is one of the greatest. This is what takes most people out here. This. Until you are betrayed or face disloyalty and maintain A heart that doesn't get bitter, you have not gone through anything yet. That's why I don't know why people be calling these titles. You didn't go through anything. Right? Now, if somebody were to nail your feet, you will go through the pain of change, because if your feet get nailed, it means it doesn't want you to move. Every leader is going to have to make sudden shifts to get to the place of prosperity. And one of the pains that you'll have to go through is the pain of leaving the last place. The last place is always the place just before. If somebody says, "What are you doing now?" "Girl, this thing working out for me." "What are you doing?" "I'm starting a new business." It always happens because you left the last place. You'll never prosper in the place you prosper without having to leave something that was not working. Baby, leave the pamper. Go to the... life is always leaving. Migration, moving. Life is dynamic. There are things that will attempt to nail you down, but really it is just really trying to restrict your movement. Every leader will face the pain of change. I've been through. I took one night and just talked to her about this. When I told my wife we come back to Trinidad from Fort Lauderdale, it created pain. My mother-in-law says, "What? Where are you all going?" Sometimes you leave a next country, you go to college. Pain, change is pain. You're in a relationship, things going well. And the Lord said, "Get out of the relationship." Pain. Some of you afraid of pain, so you're staying in the relationship, but there's more pain in it than to leave it.
That's right.
Pain. All right, watch this. Pain from the work of your hands. A lot of people are working on things that will not take them forward, take them increase, whatever. So pain from the work of your hands is when the Lord says, shift what you're doing. The work of your hands is how you prosper. So if your hands working on the wrong thing, but you're working hard, you'll never prosper. This is one of the places you suffer, you prosper from the work of your hands. A lot of people, my father moved from cricket to pastoring, work of his hands. I moved from pre-med to management information systems, now to entrepreneurship. I prosper because I changed the work of my hands. I know people was going to do medicine and ended up going to another thing, interior design. They worked hard, but the work of their hands was in a place that they were not prospering. And that is a pain. Sometimes you say, so many years. Look, I just saw my good friend, Mr. Gary McSween, happy anniversary again. He went from engineering to building business online. Pain. I think one of his bosses told him it was foolish for him to leave a full-time job. Foolish. Until we saw that boss sitting in one of our meetings when we were talking about the new business. And now he was experiencing another type of pain. The pain of change. This is the last one here. See this right here? This has to deal with your mind. Has to deal with your vision. Has to deal with your thoughts. It's the worst. This is the engine room of your entire life. But you see when people are going through pain here? For example, when I went through a broken engagement, I told myself I would never marry again. You know where that was coming from? The pain in my heart was transferred and my mind became... Those were not good thoughts. Some people have unhealthy thoughts to their own life. Right? Anna, you came out of psychology. The work of your hands. You were heading down the path to do psychology. What do you do now?
I impact lives through my online business.
You went through that pain, but did your friends, everybody else who did your degree, what are they doing now?
Trying to figure out what's the next step.
You see
I
it?
actually thought it was pretty, the day I saw, that day, there were over 500 students celebrating that they were just the graduates. And I looked around, it was kind of sad for them because I put myself that more than half of the in this room are just about to enter a phase where they might drown themselves in loans or just settle for a job that they be overqualified and underpaid for, and that's gonna become their life.
Wow.
Just because.
Wow. Thanks for jumping on, Anna. I'm gonna bring in somebody else here, just from another line. Thanks for jumping on so much, and always thanks for your help as well. All right?
Anytime.
Couldn't do what I'm doing now without people who are able to serve and to help. So this is what I want you to get. Anytime in life, it doesn't mean that all pain is there to break you. Some pains are there to build you. But when you have big goals and dreams, guys, you choose a pain. Every other level, you're choosing a level of pain to go through. But the pain of discipline will lead to prosperity and increase. Am I taking questions? Yeah, let me take a few questions. I can probably take it. I have YouTube here. I have Facebook here. And I have Instagram here, right? So you can shoot your questions here for me. Let me see how best I can assist, all right? Let me see how best I can assist. What about defeat? Change. Not wanting you to move. Wanting you to stay where you used to be. Not letting you go to the next place. Not letting you advance. Want to nail you down. There's going to be pain from sometimes you deciding, should I go or shouldn't I go? Should I go or shouldn't I go? That's going to be a pain. You're in a rock and a hard place. Should I move to another job? Should I start the business? Should I? That's a pain in itself. Stagnation. Beautiful. I love that word, Chantel. All right. Any questions? Somebody asked me if I'm taking any questions. Disciple. KJ. Any questions? This here is, look, I remember being so depressed in a broken engagement. I used to take sleeping pills to sleep in. I couldn't stop my mind. My mind had so much unhealthy thoughts. My mind just going and going. It's like I want to shut my mind off. Pain. It was breaking me. In a saturated market, how would you advise developing your area of expertise above the competition? Well, I always see people as unique. Even though I'm doing graphics, somebody else is doing graphics. There is something about me that is unique, beside the principles of excellence. So excellence is a spirit. You must have the spirit of excellence. So when you're doing graphics, what gives you the edge is you being or you having the slight edge. Sometimes, for example, like a plumber. This plumber does well, hooks up your pipe, everything. This plumber does well, hook up your pipe. But that plumber, when he dirties the place, he cleans it up, he mops. This plumber, he's good, but when he dirties the place, he does not take the time to clean the place and leave it the way he left it, or even go further and leave it better than how he left it. That's the difference. It has nothing to do with their plumbing. It has to do with their cleanup. And that comes from their attitude or their workmanship. This plumber is excellent, but he's never on time. This plumber is excellent, but he's early. Those things give the slight edge. This plumber is excellent, but he never has his things written up. You have to borrow a pen. He gives you the receipt. Everything looks dirty. This plumber has a printer in his van. Gives you everything excellent. You get it on an email. So sometimes it's not the gift, but everything around the gift that is either creating your slight edge where people want that from you, or they don't want to deal with you. Sometimes it's not your talent, it's your attitude. So those are the things that put you above the rest, because Most people will, be on time. What will make you above the rest? Being early. Told my leaders that. I have calls, business opportunity calls. If the call starts at 12, you're jumping on the call 2 minutes to 12, 3 minutes to 12, you're not a leader. Early. Show up. All right? 95% of success is showing up. All right, questions? Any questions? In a saturated, okay, that question was twice. What was a powerful scripture you have used to help fight through negative thoughts? Remember last week I was teaching on the realm of the spirit, and that goes into there. I think it's the book of Philippians. Philippians. It says, brethren, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely. No, let me go before that, because the person was saying that they're fearful and anxious. So the counsel came to somebody suffering from anxiety. Be anxious for nothing, but through prayer, supplication, and thanksgiving, let your requests be made known. And then it says, God will provide peace that passes all your understanding. It will garrison around your hearts and mind. Then it says, brethren, whatsoever things are good, whatsoever things are lovely, if there be whatsoever things of report, if there be any virtue, if there be any praise, think on these things. So what it meant is, if you're suffering from anxiety, pray and thank God for what you already have. Have a spirit of gratitude. He provides peace to pass all on your understanding. But to maintain the peace, you have to put your thoughts on whatsoever is good and pure and lovely and has virtue, if there's any praise. Put your mind on those type of things. Don't go back to worrying about what is going to happen about tomorrow, because then you will go back into anxiety. Think on these things, a certain nature of things. Good report, lovely, virtue, praise. So basically the thoughts are things that make you look up, not look down. Anything that will pull your thoughts up. I look towards the hills from whence cometh my help, something good, up. Right? That is a good scripture there. I don't know exactly what it is. Philippians, somebody can help me. Philippians. What pulled you out of the pain so you can move forward? The revelation of why I got in the pain. When you're in pain, you want understanding. Especially relational pain. Why me? Ever say why me? Philippians 4:8, thank you. I had a verse in a song, it says, I know there are times you feel when all the odds are against you. Why me? Why now? Why this? You cry like there's no one there to help you. But there's a God who hears your cry. Yes, he hears your cry and will deliver thee. Stamp on your word, endure till the end. And Master God will set you free, because you're getting stronger. Stronger as the time get harder, as the place wax warmer. You're getting stronger. So basically, I know there are times you feel when all the odds are against you. Why me? Why now? Why this you cry? Like there's no one there to help you. So, what you think about of why you're in pain is as more important than really the pain itself. Think about this. You come out of a relation. Let's say you're in pain in a relationship. Both of you are going through this, you're in pain in the relationship. And you think that the reason you all can't get along is because she doesn't support you. All right? She don't support anything I do, anything I say. She always negative. She pull me down, everything. In your mind, the reason she doesn't, you're not getting along is that she does not support you. Now, when you give your mind a reason, it's almost like you're thinking, I know why this is not working. So you lean on your understanding. That's what it means to lean on your understanding. Most people want to lean on their understanding. So they try to get a quick solution to understanding why they're in the pain so they can lean on it. No. In that situation, you may say it's her attitude. But you don't realize there's something that you do that you're not aware of that makes her respond like that. And it is that you don't give her time to express herself and talk. You always right. You don't listen. You see your comments or your views as above hers. So what she does is that she forces herself to be heard. So her action is really a reaction to something that you do. But because you believe that the reason you all don't get along is that she doesn't appreciate you, you are unaware that what really causing her to behave like that is something that you are doing. So what pulled me out of the pain is for me to realize how I got into the pain. And you know how I got into the pain? Because of my personality, I choose the path of least resistance. I am a very, I don't like issues and challenges and problems. So it's almost like avoiding confrontation and stuff. This was back in the day. I've changed now. So when I saw a red flag, I will not do something that I thought would make a big deal out of something. So it's almost like I'm turning red flags into orange flags because I'm avoiding confrontation. The Lord had to teach me that. When I went through the pain, the revelation was, you need to call a red flag, and a club, a spade, a spade. Because what the devil will do you is desensitize you, make you get deep in situations that you should not have gotten deep into. And then when it's time to decide to leave, you can't make a decision because you're not bold. If anybody listens to me, I could be a little confrontational, but I know how to do it palatable so that you wouldn't spit me out. You understand what I mean? The only way to learn that was to go through that. The Lord teach me how to call a spade a spade. You gotta get boldness and confidence. Otherwise, people will walk all over you. So I had to get my revelation. And I got it. And I changed. I'm very bold now. I see it, I call it out. But I love people, and I don't do it to break them. I do it to build them. But if I see it, I call it out. But I had to go through that pain to get the revelation. He said, when I went through the wilderness, it was for me to figure out that man does not live by bread alone. There are revelations that you will never get outside of a wilderness. You have to go through the wilderness to get a revelation. You couldn't get that anywhere else. So the reason I have a strength in that area was because of a pain that I went through. Now when I see a red flag, it's red as you can. It goes into orange, white, blue, green, or yellow. When I see red, I'm calling it out. That is a red flag. I'm talking about it. Let me see, I do more questions. 43 seconds. Instagram, you're going to go out just now. I love each and every one of you. Have a good night. I'm going to close off Facebook in 2 minutes because I only have an hour here. Right? Big up all your whole self. Thanks. I think I got most of your questions from here. How do you deal with unhealthy self-esteem? Hit me a question. The discovery of purpose will help with low self-esteem. Discovery of purpose. You start valuing yourself and what you can contribute. So God bless you guys. All right, well, let me wrap up here. What else do I have here? What led you to writing the song Soul Cry? I was not real with my relationship with Lord. I just get fed up of not having a a genuine, transparent relationship with God. I wasn't experiencing what they were preaching about. I just go into church and I'm not experiencing, a real genuine walk with God. I just saying everything that they used to say and all the tradition, blessed and highly favored. And I get fed up with that. I say if I go and do this thing, I need to know for myself through my experience if this thing is real. I want to live pure. I want to think pure. I want to talk pure. I want to do right by people. I want to pray for. Let me do this thing the way. Let me put it to the test. So Father, help me to be real. Be an honest Christian. Be a believer. Be who the Word says we should be. That's how I read that. Wrote it. What would you say is the difference between your passion and our purpose? If yes, how do I identify the two and save myself from investing in the wrong thing? Your purpose is your reason for being here on the earth. Your reason for being is your purpose. Your passion is really the fuel for what drives you to accomplish your purpose. So the purpose of a car is for transport. The passion of a car is its engine power, its fuel. So your passion is your fuel that gets you to run the course for your reason, which is your purpose. So your purpose is why you were created, the problem you were created to solve. Your passion is really the heart behind how you pursue your functionability or anything. Passion is heart, it's fire, it's fuel, it's feeling. All right? After the Bible, what is your number one book recommendation? My number one book recommendation is Whatever You Need to Hear Next. That is what applies to everyone. I have many things to tell you. That means a whole library. I have many things to tell you, but you cannot bear them now. So whatever you need to read next is what you can bear. What you can handle. What you can manage. What can help you take the next step. So if you're in a season for marriage, that's what you need to hear next. Change your finances, that's what you need to hear next. So based on where you are situationally, that is what you need to hear next, right? What pulls us out of pain? What would you say? What led you to write? Okay, I did this already. In a saturated, okay, got that already. Yes, Eddie, that's right. Some of you took some good notes here. All right, that's about the size of it. YouTube and Facebook, I love you guys. It's 125. What y'all doing up? What y'all doing up? Come on, man. One of the greats are up right now working on themselves, taking in the information, shaping their minds, cultivating their spirits, working on their vision. Congrats to you. God bless you. Love hanging out with you guys. I'm going to get a little bit of work done and get some sleep. God bless you. Have a great night. Hopefully this added some value to your life. Bye-bye, everybody.